All righty, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming in. Guys, come and take your seats quickly, and let's get started. All right. Come and have a seat, guys. Okay. Guys, thank you for coming through this evening, and those of you who've tuned in live this evening, thank you for joining us. You are sitting this evening at DuePoint. We've got exciting things happening at DuePoint at the moment around the country, and I'm quite happy and energized this evening to share it with you because we just kind of feel like we've got real traction at the moment. We want you to be part of it. Guys, 35 days left until the end of November. That's how much time we've got left this year. It's crazy. If you don't feel the sense of urgency now, I've got a lot of people saying, "Oh, Brendan, I'm so tired. I can't do it." I'm like, dude, you can't be tired. We've got 35 days left. You can't. We've got no time for being tired. You can be tired in December. It's 35 days from now. I remember we put that number up. It said 90 on it, 90 days left, and it feels like yesterday that we did that. So, guys, the time is passing. So let's talk about DuePoint. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're both a licensed and listed short and long-term insurance company. Started in 1952. Constantia is nearly 66 years old. So this is not a new startup. This is a well-established player in the financial services space in South Africa. You can go and do all your research you want online about us. Go to the FSB's website. You can go to Constantia's website. You can look us up under Conduit Capital on the JSE's website. You'll find everything you need to know there. And, of course, you'll find all of our licenses up on the wall outside here this evening if you want to go and check and be comfortable with who you're dealing with. Just this week alone, a whole bunch of these companies from offshore have come in, taken people's money, and disappeared again. So I understand if you're all a little bit nervous about hearing about something you haven't heard about before. So, folks, again, I just encourage you tonight, take some time, get comfortable, and find the trust you need in Constantia and DuePoint as a division of Constantia. Folks, we are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider here in South Africa with the Financial Services Board as well. There's our number. You can go to the FSB's website and look us up. Get all the comfort that you need. We want you as well to be comfortable with the team here. The number one attribute of the team at DuePoint is that we are South African. We are right here in this office. This is not a Chinese thing that's coming from offshore or America or, geez, the stuff we see is just frightening out there that people fall for. Folks, this is a homegrown South African company, and you will always be able to find us here in this building Monday through Saturday. We have telephone numbers, email addresses, client service teams, fax numbers. You know, this is a real business right here. We want you to be comfortable with it, not one of these things that everybody seems to get suckered into, particularly along the coastline. Hey, KZN and East London, shout out to KZN East London and the Chinese network marketing companies that come and go. All right, folks. We want you to be comfortable, and we want you to have trust and confidence in us, because at DuePoint, the team is here for you. Now, that might sound like some kind of marketing ploy. It's really not. We're actually here for you. And through the process of working with us at DuePoint, you are literally going to be working hand in hand with us, and you're going to get to know us very well. So first of all, we've got me over there, Brendan Benfield. I'm the senior executive here and founder of this division. Been in the financial services space for 20 years. I'm a chartered accountant. This is Tim, also a chartered accountant, been in the banking space for about 15 years. He actually reported directly to the CEO at the First Rand Group before he joined us here. Then you've got Stacey. Stacey's our resident auditor, not from KPMG, fortunately, but from Deloitte. She doesn't know any of the Guptas. Anyway, she's our resident auditor, has worked both locally and internationally with Deloitte. Then we've got Jane over here. Jane is actually from the UK, but she spent the last decade here in South Africa. She's our direct selling expert. And then we've got Rob over here. Rob is our design guy. He ran his own digital design firm for nearly 20 years that specialized in the marketing and advertising of financial services companies. And he's part of our team here. So that's the team, but the most important attribute is that we're right here. You'll always be able to find us. We're not going to run back to some foreign shore. Folks, so what is it that we do at DuePoint? Well, there's really just two objectives that we have. The primary one, the one on which the entire business has been built, is our objective and desire to be part of the economic solution in South Africa. We desire to be able to put in the hands of every South African a tool that they can control that will create for them recurring, stable income. This is the exact opposite of the position that 99% of us in South Africa find ourselves in. As employees, we do not have stable, recurring income that we control. You know this. When you arrived at the door of your current employer, He told you how much you were going to earn, didn't he? He also continues to tell you what your increase is going to be every year, whether you're going to get a bonus, and he will be the one who tells you that you're retrenched or fired. You have no control over that at all. We want to change that and give you something that you can control. The other thing that you have no control over is the economy you live in. The economy we live in right now is in real trouble. I'm sure you've all noticed it. It is shrinking. 30 to 35,000 people a month are becoming unemployed in South Africa every single month. That's 500,000 every 6 months. I mean, can you actually handle that? 433,000 people unemployed in the first half of this year alone. And our economy continues to shrink. While it shrinks, of course, all the costs are going up. You know, you've heard that statement, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Well, that's because the costs are now rising. With less and less people earning, we have less and less people who are able to buy, which means the cost of things is going up. Now, they tell us that inflation's about 6%, but we know it's not. It's probably closer to 20% per annum. Look at food. Look at clothing. Look at housing. Costs are astronomical. And what happens is the income that you can't control but get each month is less than the expenditure you can't control but is rising every month. And we have this gap between what we earn and what we spend. And how have we filled that gap up until now? I don't have to tell you. Debt. That's what you've done. We've filled it in. We've experts. Every single South African uses debt in every possible way to leverage their 4,500 rand a month into 300,000 rand. Excuse me, to buy a house, to buy a car, to buy, buy food, clothing. Our telephone accounts are now in debt. Pick and Pay is now giving debt out on food. Isn't that awesome? One day your children will be able to pay off the debt on food you ate. That's the situation we're going to be in, is it not? This is where we are right now. We have no control, and we do not earn enough. Now, we want to change this bridge. This bridge of debt, it's no good. It only kills us, and it's killing our economy, and it's killing each of us financially. We want to change it out with this tool. We hope that you're able to create an income that becomes the bridge, that replaces this debt. That is our primary objective at DuePoint. We hope you'll even be able to go beyond that in time. But to start with, we want to start replacing this gap between what you earn and what you spend every single month. Our secondary objective, of course, is that we're creating a very different kind of financial services company in South Africa. We want direct 24 hours a day contact and communication with our customers. We've done that. We're using technology. We've been able to create a pipeline between you and the heart of our company. In addition, we've wanted you to be able to start to look into the financial services space in South Africa. It's the most regulated segment of our economy in the country today, and it means that 99% of South Africans cannot get involved in it. It's now a complete monopoly thanks to the regulation that's out there. Now, what we've done is we've created a window into this concrete wall that keeps everybody out, that allows you to be able to look in and watch what's happening in the financial services space without having to be directly involved and without having to comply with all the regulation. If you were directly involved, you can kind of watch it now from a grandstand seat and then decide through the process of DuePoint whether you want to get more involved and learn how to as well. That's what we've done. And with those two objectives in mind, we put together what we call the DuePoint system. Now, the DuePoint system is super simple. What it does is that it allows you to directly contract with us here as what we call wealth engineers. Wealth engineers have got one task. You only got one thing that you have to do with us or for us, and that is connect people to us. You don't have to sell. You don't have to present. You're not advertising. You're not advising. You're not any of these things. You're not hiring, not recruiting, none of this stuff. You have one job, just connect people to us. And when you connect people to us, you penetrate the economy for us. And by penetrating the economy for us, you create what we call channels of distribution. These channels of distribution are what we come along as DuePoint, and we distribute our products into these channels with. And when we do that, we create revenue for ourselves. And when we create revenue for ourselves, we create that recurring extra income for you. Now, why is it recurring? Why is it stable? And why does it come in consistently? Well, because we use DuePoint, we use debit order systems here. All of our products are financial services and lifestyle products. We don't use any peddling of goods here. You're not selling things to your friends like creams and drinks and pills and I don't know, all these things that I've seen. There's none of that happens at DuePoint. This is a simple state of financial services and lifestyle products that run on a debit order system. Because they run on a debit order system every single month, those debit orders come off no matter where you are or what you are doing. So some months you may be able to build your channel with us, and some months you may just be too busy and you can't do it. You can't even concentrate on it. No problem. Those debit orders come off every single month, no matter what you're doing, and where they are paid, your income comes in reliably and stably. It's the biggest difference to what we have seen in the South African economy so far. Second to that, we have created a system that allows you to leverage others. Many of you are going to tell me, I don't have time for this. I love this. I was talking to one of our guys the other night, and he says the number one excuse is people come to me after this and they go, I don't have time for this. Welcome to the club of I don't have time. No one in South Africa has time. This is the very reason why we are doing this. We have created a system in DuePoint that allows you to leverage others, their time, their skills, their energy, and their thoughts to build this income for you. And the exact opposite experience is what will occur here to what you've experienced in your employment. In your employment, everyone around you is your competition. At DuePoint, everyone around you supports you in growing your success. Now, folks, this is not an employment opportunity. For all my Facebookers out there, don't go and tell anybody that DuePoint is hiring. We're not hiring. I've got all the staff I need, thank you very much. This is simply a tool that we put in your hands. We put the tool in your hands, and you will choose when and how often and how much you want to use that tool. You might not do anything with it. In fact, most of you will do nothing. I don't know why. We won't stop you. You'll just choose. Maybe you'll say, Brandon, I don't have time for this. You'll choose not to, but the rest of you can pick it up and use it 8 hours a day or 15 minutes a week. It's completely up to you. You are independent of us here at DuePoint. There is no risk in becoming a wealth engineer. What a wonderful, wonderful difference to what we see, as I say, in the papers every week. This week, a whole lot of people have lost a whole lot of money to businesses that arrive, take your money, and leave. At DuePoint, we don't take your money. There is no cost in being a wealth engineer. No startup cost, no starter kit of mouth spray and energy drink. There's none of that. There's no starter manual. There's no cost of application forms. There is no fee or premium for being a wealth engineer. By being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer. You will never pay an additional cent to be a wealth engineer here. So there's no risk tonight. If you become a wealth engineer, no money will part from your hands. And tomorrow, you can choose to do nothing with this, like I said to you. And you will not be in a position of financial loss. That's not the price you pay at DuePoint for building your success with us. All right. Now, in addition, it does not require any qualification or experience. This is despite the fact that the financial services industry is the most regulated, arguably over-regulated industry in the economy. What we've done instead is we've created a system where you look into the system, you don't actually participate in it yourself. And therefore, it is for everyone. Every South African, everybody in South Africa can become a wealth engineer at DuePoint. Now, folks, you build real assets here. Because we deal with recurring income, not this here today, gone tomorrow, I have to sell, I get 10 Rand, then I sell again and I get 50 Rand, but tomorrow I'm sick so I can't sell, so I don't have any income. No, because you create recurring income, money that runs on debit orders every month that comes in stably and reliably, you now have a channel of distribution with us that can be priced. When it can be priced, you can sell it to other people. And it will be handed over to your children when you pass away one day. Whatever income you create in your lifetime with us will be handed over to your children. And they can choose even then to take this asset that you've made and grow it further with DuePoint and earn even more. This is real, tangible, generational legacy that we're trying to create here with DuePoint. Now, folks, we've created what we believe is a system of complete convenience for you. We went and we looked at this. We said, what are all the reasons why people don't want to do direct selling? Well, first of all, they don't want to sell. Good news. No selling at DuePoint whatsoever. We contract you out of it. You play no part in the sales transaction here at DuePoint. That is our task at DuePoint. Our task is the sales leg. Your task is simply connecting. People don't want to do presentations. Great news. No presentations. There are only 2 people that do presentations. Rob and I. Tim sometimes backs us up. We are the only 2 people that ever do a presentation here at DuePoint. I'm going to show you why and how in a minute. You are free from any sort of task of becoming a presenter. We've worked on creating a system that creates reliability, stableness, and no inconvenience to you. So your task is to connect people to DuePoint. How do you do that? You've got 4 ways of doing it. The first way is you can go to our information counter and buy one of our USB sticks. It's 170 Rand. On the USB stick is our presentation. That means in your pocket, anytime, you can plug it into a smart TV, a computer, a laptop, and there we are ready to do the DuePoint presentation for you. Secondly, if you're in Gauteng and you can get to our venue, Monday through Saturday, we present out of this venue. And you can bring your friends and your acquaintances, put them here in our live audience, and have us present to you. And then the third way, our number one way of connecting with you, and your number one way of connecting people to DuePoint, is through our YouTube channel. You search DuePoint channel on YouTube, and wham presto, you've got every single presentation we have ever done on that channel. You can go pick your favorite ones, 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country. You can connect people to DuePoint. People say to me, Brendan, how do I convince people to come to DuePoint? What have I got to say to them to convince them? I say, why are you trying to convince people? You go to people and you say, do you require extra income? You've got a 99.5% chance they're going to say yes. Okay. If you know any one of the other 0.5%, I'd also like to meet them. Okay. But do you require extra income? Yes. Click. That's what you do at DuePoint. There is no discussion. There's no, I've got to convince them about the products and no. Do you require extra income? Yes. Click. Watch this. No, but tell me, shush, watch this. And we do the rest of the work for you. That is the length and breadth of the task you have as a wealth engineer, is clicking the button play on the YouTube channel. Now, if you've not used YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first day of the rest of your life. YouTube is not only YouTube, but online TV is the future of the world. You've already seen how bad the TV's getting. SABC, you know. You can't even watch it anymore. It's so bad because it's all moved online. Now, people say to me, Brendan, yeah, but that's data and that. Folks, it's 2018. It's not even 2017 anymore. It's only like a minute and it's 2018, all right? It's 2018. It's 18 years after Y2K. Does anybody remember Y2K? The world was meant to end with Y2K. Flip, we keep missing it. Hey, we just keep missing it. 18 years ago was the change in the millennium, and you still have data issues. No, folks, you've got to change your budgets now if you want to be serious about DuePoint. You've got to get rid of whatever's take the fast food, the alcohol, the whatever's taking up the money. You've got to change it out of your budget. You've got to get 500 Rand to 1,000 Rands worth of data a month, because your connection to DuePoint is YouTube. It's your new favorite friend, because it now generates income for you. That's your number one way of connecting. Now, your fourth way of connecting people to us here at DuePoint is through our live streams. Every single presentation we do every day, night times, lunch times, and mornings, we live stream out. So no matter where you are in the country, if you know we're live, you tune in on your screen, whether it's a phone, a tablet, a computer, you tune in, and there we are. You can bring your friends and acquaintances around you, and we are live in their presence, as we are this evening around the country. So 4 ways of connecting people to DuePoint. No selling, no presenting, no inconvenience. Now, as you do this, some of the people that you're going to connect to DuePoint are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here. They're going to get it. And when they do, they're going to want to become wealth engineers. And when they do that, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These folk go out there, do the same thing. They connect people to DuePoint. Some become wealth engineers, and we allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself over time. Soon, you've got people across the country connecting people to your channel, to DuePoint. And we then come along as DuePoint, not you. We as DuePoint come along, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel you've created for us, and your income is born. Now, what's incredibly important to note, folks, is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, I say this not to defend ourselves, which some people would think we're doing. No, it's to prevent you from joining us if you think this is a get-rich-quick scheme. Because we know that the vast majority of South Africans are looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. They are. They go, no, I hope this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. But I know in the back of their minds they're going, I hope this is a get-rich-quick scheme. Folks, you know what happens with those. Like this week, a whole lot of them came on, promised you to get rich quickly, and then left with your money. There is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme in this world. There is no ways you get rich quickly and are able to sustain it. What we're building at DuePoint is a genuine, we hope, lifetime, stable and recurring income, which means it comes with a price. The price is not rands and cents. It is your time. It is going to take time and effort and thought and perseverance in creating channels of success for yourselves here at DuePoint. You are not going to get rich overnight. So if that's what you were hoping for this evening, don't become a wealth engineer. You'll be very disappointed. We get a lot of people like that. We literally, last week, we had a lady call in very angry. Very angry. When I signed up, I thought this was a get-rich-quick scheme. I want out. And like, you can't believe it. It's like you can't script this stuff, and here it comes through the call center. Folks, this is real, genuine income we are creating here. Now, for those of you who are going to put the time in and are going to persevere, there's two ways we reward you. The first is through our returns program, okay? The returns program pays you R27.50 for every product that's paid in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. So, for instance, you go out, you chat to a few of your friends. Some of them become wealth engineers. They pay for their product, and you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. Not 1 Rand, not 5 Rand 50, not 12 Rand 26. That's 1990s numbers. This is 55 Rand. It's material, it's significant, and you can use it in the 21st century. Then these folk go out, they talk to a few of their friends. Some become wealth engineers, and they pay for their products. Again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. In this particular example, you've been here for 5 minutes, you put a handful of people in, and you're earning just under 1,000 Rand a month, 12,000 Rand a year. That's it. That's the picture for 12,000 Rand a year. Can you get to even there? Well, I'm going to leave it up to you. It's going to require your time, your effort, and your perseverance. If you can, well, then you can go beyond it too. As your channel continues to grow out, you earn on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But there's no limit to your potential at DuePoint. None at all. We don't want to stop anyone here, especially if we're going to create generational legacy. From the 8th point onwards, as long as you qualify to earn, you will always get 4% of R27.50. So you can build a channel 25 points big. And as long as you qualify to earn, you'll earn on all 25 points in your channel. But from the 8th point on, you'll be earning at 4%. Maybe you hand it over to your children one day and they grow to 50 points. And if they do, and they qualify to earn, they will earn on all 50 points in their channel with the Dewpoint. So there's no limit to your potential here. So practically speaking, what does that translate into rands and cents for you? Very difficult to know. All of you are going to grow differently. Many of you are going to do nothing. For those of you who do nothing, I can tell you exactly the rand value of how much you'll earn here. Nothing. Okay, that I can guarantee, I can forecast it, I can tell you with 100% surety. If you do nothing, you'll be earning nothing. Okay. For those of you who choose to do something with the Dewpoint system, it just depends on what you do with it, whether you grow slowly or grow quickly. So what we did is we took 20 years of data, we did a whole lot of maths on it, and we came up with what we believe are reasonable milestones. We used what we think is a very conservative growth rate, which we call the 3+2 growth rate formula. It says that in your first month with us, now this is you I'm talking to, you, not your channel, you need to put 3 people on your first point. If you can put 3 people in a month onto your first point with us here, and then 2 people every month thereafter, 1 every 2 weeks on average, that's not a big ask. 2 people a month, 31 days to find 2 people. If you can do that every month and work with these guys to do the same thing, and we apply lapses and cancellation rates and all our other maths to it, we believe you can reasonably expect to be earning about 2,500 Rand a month after 6 months of doing that. So look, 6 months is a long time, 2,500 Rand. Some people are like, Other people are like, wow, that's already changing my life. Okay, that depends on your circumstances. It is 30,000 Rand a year that you have now added to your household income, because none of you are going to quit your jobs. No ways. You don't quit your job in South Africa. Forget that. If you've got one, you keep it. But you've just taken what you're earning and added 2,500 Rand to it. That's what this system does. Every month, an extra you've done it in 6 months with us. Now, if you can push through to a year with us, we reckon, and this is, remember this at 3+2, if you do it at 100 plus 100, you can get there in 5 minutes. But if you can only do 2 people a month and work with your guys to do the same thing, after 12 months, you can reasonably expect to be earning around 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. 120,000 Rand added to a household income with the huge effort of putting 2 people in every month. You can see how we've tried to be as conservative as possible here. We're not trying to over-market this thing. We're trying to demonstrate the power with consistency and perseverance. Now, the reason I tell you that is because I'm going to lose most of you there. That's where most of you are going to disappear, right there. Month number 3. 90 days. You're going to come in here, you're going to say, Brendan, your business doesn't work. I'm going to say, why? No, because I have spoken to everyone. And they've all said, no, I don't want to do this. And then I'll ask you how many people. We'll sit down, we'll draw up a list, and you'll show me 10 people you've spoken to. Literally, we had a guy say, I've spoken to 100 people, hundreds of people. Everyone says no. And I sat him down, and we went through the names he'd been to 14 people. For hundreds. 14. The other thing we get is, I've been here forever, Brennan. I've been here forever. 3 months, eh? I've been here forever, and I'm only earning 500 Rand a month. And I look at it and go, but that sounds about right. You should be on about 500 Rand after 3 months. You've got to have a much longer perspective to creating lifetime stable recurring income. Can you survive 1 year? 1 year and you're on 10 grand. Think about it now. Just think about it. Your money comes in from your salary and then an extra 10,000 Rand. You don't seem very impressed. I'd be pretty happy to have an extra 10,000 Rand every month. How many problems does that solve on your list of problems right now? A lot, an extra 10 grand, doesn't it? Okay. Now, if you can push through to 2 years, you're the tough crowd this evening. If you can push through to 2 years, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year. That's October 2019. It's not even 2020 yet. And you're now earning an extra 30,000 Rand a month. Most people don't get to that number in their life. And we reckon 24 months. So have you committed to anything for 24 months before, other than your job that you've got and your kid, which you were kind of forced to? The cell phone contract, nice, forced into that one. Let's think about something else. How many of you started the new year and said, for the next 2 years, I'm going to hit the gym? And then you hit the gym 2 years, you never missed a session. No? No, none of you. Okay, shame. All right, well, what about now? You started New Year's resolution. I'm learning to play a new instrument this year. I'm going to learn to play, and you just smashed the piano for like 2 years. No, none of you either. That's absolutely right. We are very bad at self-discipline in South Africa. Very bad at it. We do not commit to things. And therefore, 3 months in, Brendan, your business doesn't work. Guys, with the DuePoint system, like I said, this is a long-term view. A long-term view. Can you do 2 years and know that reasonably you can expect to be earning 30,000 extra Rand a month? Is it not worth it for 2 years of labor? All right, what about 3? If you can do 3 years, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning about 45 to 50,000 Rand a month, 600,000 Rand a year. That's 2020, ladies and gentlemen. In 2020, you could be earning an extra 50 grand a month. Having done how many people a month? 2. On your first point, you've got to work with you guys to multiply, but you are responsible for 2 every single month. Now, what about 4 years? If you can do 4 years with us, we reckon you'll be in about 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. 720,000 Rand a year. 720,000 Rand a year. Most people don't aspire to earn that much anymore in South Africa. Hey, has anybody sat down and went, that's what I'm going for? I think most of you would be happy with 400 or 500,000 a year. 720,000. Can you do 5 years? 5 years with us, and we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's $1 million a year. $1 million a year puts you in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. Top 0.5%. Now, again, I asked you a few minutes ago, can you commit to 2 years? Can you commit to 5 years? Most people will be honest and say, I can't commit to 5 years. It's too long. Is that not what we hear the most, wealth engineers? People say, it's too hard, it's too long, I don't have the time, everyone wants to say no. Every excuse in the world to get out of a 5-year commitment. Now, you're not going to sign the commitment. I'm talking about a personal commitment that you make to yourself. For $1 million a year, that seems to get forgotten in the process. But what we are all very happy to do is to wake up every morning and go back to our dead-end jobs. Are we not? How come you haven't gone to your boss and gone, no. This is taking way too long. I've been here 15 years and I'm still on 15,000 Rand a month. How come you don't have that conversation with people? How come you're so committed to that dead-end job? And I can say, it's dead-end because we know. You look at the poverty in South Africa, it's not just in the unemployed, the poverty is in the employed too. Average income, 4,500 Rand a month. Do you know all that your job does, unless you're part of the 0.5%, because only 0.5% of people in South Africa achieve their aspirations with their jobs. The other 99.5% remain poor while employed. Their employment keeps them poor. And then I say, well, give me 5 years. You've given 15 to your job. Give me 5. And they go, Brendan, I don't have time. It's too hard. No one wants to do it. I've spoken to everyone. I've been here forever. You've got to now change your mindset and say, hang on, I can do 5 years. 5 years will go like a blink of the eye if I can just get through it. While you're in it, it's tough. But if I can get through it and look at where I'll be standing at the other end of 5 years. That's right. Now, this is just the maths. Let's look at it on the ground, okay? Because maybe I'm just making all of this up, okay? Which we're not, but maybe. So we like to look at it on the ground. We look at real people using the DuePoint system Every single month we get a different batch from around the country, put them on stage, they give us their story, and we show you what they're doing. Okay? Now, of course, they come out of the 20% to actually going to use the tool. I can't show you testimonies of the 80% who don't do anything. But if you want, just look around you, 80%, Okay? But the 20%, this is this month's 20%, okay? It's not just these 4, there's many people, but I'm just saying, well, these are the ones we picked for this month. We got Joseph, okay? Joined us 5 months ago. 5 months ago, okay? And his channel is currently worth 9,700 Rand a month. 9,700 Rand. In fact, remember I said it would take 6 months to get to 2,500 and a year to 9,000 to 10,000. 5 months. The tool is yours. We try to be as conservative and reasonable as possible, and we think our milestones are very good. So the danger right now is that I show you this, and then you go, oh, no, 5 months, I'll be on 9,000 Rand, and 5 months you're on 250 Rand, and you quit. Folks, when you get to 5 months and you're only on 250 Rand, go back to the mathematics that I showed you, which says 5 years, not 5 months, okay? You might not have the time that Joseph has. You might not have the people skills that he's got. I don't know. For each one of you, it will take a different length of time. So don't measure yourself against these guys. Just know what the tool is capable of. That's what we want you to know when we show you this. We got Shadrach, a machine. You can see by that smile. Okay? You can see he's a hustler, this guy. He's a mover and shaker. He knows what he's doing. He knows where he wants to go. Joined us about 6 months ago. 12,500 Rand a month. 12,500 Rand a month in 6 months. Okay? But he is working hard, committed. Goes through many more people than 2 people a month. Remember his testimony. He says, I'll put 80 people in. They do nothing. It's fine. I've got to put another 90 people in. I said 2. He's talking 170. Okay? He's committed to the task. We've had people before stand on the stage and say, I committed to doing 1 person a day, every single day, and I did it for 4 months. Imagine doing 1 person a day, every single day. That's a decision you're going to make. Can you connect 1 person to DuePoint every single day? It doesn't sound like a big task to me. That's something we can do. But people won't. They go, Brennan, I've got no time, it's so hard. Then we've got Nompilo. She comes from the retirement home of South Africa. Port Shepstone. There's nothing. What is there? There's nothing. And look at this. 6 months. 15,000 Rand a month. Now, I'm telling you, if you can do it in Port Shepstone, ladies and gentlemen, you can flip and do it anywhere in South Africa. Hey? There is no I spoke to everyone nonsense. This lady is on fire. She is building a channel like crazy and changing her future. And her circumstances are certainly not dictating the outcome. She's dictating the outcome. And using this tool. I'm showing you what the tool is capable of, not what you're capable of. You might not be capable of this. You might be capable of much more. I'm just showing you what the tool is capable of. And then we've got Zongeziwe Zibobo. Not bad, hey? I'm going to bend that around my tongue. Hey? I had to practice for days. Okay? Zongi joined us 6 months ago. 25,000 Rand a month. That's 2 years according to my maths. So if you are not there in 6 months, don't quit. You're 18 months still to go, according to my mathematics. Okay? You can't, but look at what the tool is capable of. You might do this. You might say, no, bugger that, I'm going for it. I am going for it. And then you can. You're absolutely welcome to. But what annoys me is when people go, no, I'm here and I'm not earning that, so I'm out of here. That makes no sense to me. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a tool you'll use to change your future with. Now, you can go to our YouTube channel. Remember the YouTube channel. And on there, you will find plenty of testimonies. There must be about 70 testimonies on there now of all sorts of people using the tool. Some earning a little, some medium amount, some earning plenty. Plenty. Way more than 25,000. Go and watch their testimonies about how they're using this tool, how they're using our returns program. Okay. Now, that's the first way you earn. The second way that you earn is through our XP Rewards program. Okay, this is our training program. That's the other excuse. I don't know how to do this. I don't want to do it because I don't know how to do it. Good news. We teach you how to do it. We take your hand and we take you through a series of steps of training. And as you complete those steps, we take you from beginner to expert. And as you do that, we accumulate for you, or we give you what's called XP points. They're not worth any rands and cents. They're a measure of your experience with us here. XP points, experience points. Now, naturally, as you get more experience, as you do the training, your channel's going to grow. And where you meet the experience criteria and the channel size criteria in our training program, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, we reward you in the beginning with a little bit of cash. That's what you need. You need the cash. As you get a little bit more experience, a little bit bigger, the cash gets a little bit bigger and more serious. And then we give you tools. Tools we know are going to help grow your channel, accelerate your growth with us. At rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick from America. It plugs into every single electronic device you have in South Africa, and it's got our downloads, presentations, testimonies, tools, everything you need is on that memory stick. And you can go plug it in anytime, anywhere, and connect people to DuePoint. Then, at rank 7, we give you an imported set of business cards worth 12,500 rand. Gold gilded, gold printed, custom made for you. And where you can use these cards, you will find the power of that connection to DuePoint is amplified through the value of these cards. Go and have a look at a set outside in our cabinet if you'd like to see one. And then, folks, for those that have journeyed with us over time and reach rank 9, every year that they maintain their channel size with us, we take them away with their families on a 1-week holiday, all expenses paid, business class, 5-star, every year, for the rest of their lives, as long as they maintain their channel size with us. Now, it's very exciting. It is very exciting. It's a high prize for a high price. Remember, you guys are not rank 9. I know the rank 9's in the room, and they're none of you. You're mostly rank 0. So rank 9 is far from rank 0, okay? But it is not inconceivable that you will reach there. Why? Because the DuePoint system is an accumulating system. This is not one of these things where every year you've got to re-qualify. You've got to start from scratch in January every year. No, that's not how this works here. Here, whatever you do in the next, say, 65 days to the 1st of January next year, can you believe it's only like 65 days? 65 days to 2018, whatever you do in that time is what you'll start with on the 1st of January. And whatever you build next year is what you will start with in the year after. And you will grow and grow and grow. So for those of you who persevere, who can push through the 14 people who say no to you, for those of you who persevere, you will ultimately, guaranteed, become rank 9. If you quit somewhere along the line, you won't make it. But as long as you persevere, you will make it. And when you make it, we take you and your family away every year for a week, 5-star, business class, all expenses paid. Now, if you want to see where we're going to go this year, because you're not going to make it. I mean, you can prove me wrong, but 60, it's probably 50 days now. But you can prove me wrong. I'm happy to be proven wrong. But because you're probably not going to prove me wrong, we thought we'd better show you where we're going this year. Because we're going in December this year. We're going the best time of the year. All right? This is where we're going. Exactly. This is the hotel that we'll be going to.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
All right, so that looks like it'll be reasonable. We've got 2 planes full coming with us this year. Are you going to be with us next year? So, again, like I said, this is not something new. It's not like you will be the first on the plane. Right now, you'll be the second or third on the plane. You know, there's a whole bunch of guys that are coming here just about every 2 months. We've got someone going rank 9 around the country right now. They're coming with us. You can be the next to come with us. That's the decision you're going to make. And you're going to have to make it every morning until you get to rank 9. Then, folks, at rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented through us or financed through us, and we don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car. You use it to build your future here with us at DuePoint. And then every month we run what's called Wealth Quests as part of our training program. They're little bite-sized chunks of training with each month a different objective, a different set of criteria. And every month that you qualify, everyone who does qualify gets a tool they can use to grow their channel with, to accelerate the growth with. And over a few months, you can build an entire toolkit of tools that you need in this business. Some months it's iPhones, some months iPads, other months smart TVs, data, Wi-Fi routers, cache, all the things that you need to build your channel with you can get through our Wealth Quest. This month, the Wealth Quest is called Explosive Growth. What you need to do, you've got to find 7 people. So not 2 people in a month, 7 people in a month. Put them in your channel, and if you can put 7 in, get 2 qualified, and everyone paid by the end of the month, we give you your very own Apple iPhone. Not like a banana or Hong Kong, an Apple iPhone, and it's brand new. You're going to peel it out the plastic yourself, and we give you 2,000 bonus XP. And if you're an existing wealth engineer and you've got some wealth engineers that have canceled their subscription or their membership with us in the past, and you can reinstate them back into your channel this month, and they all pay by the end of the month, we give you a bonus 3,000 Rand cash this month. So it's a cell phone, 2,000 XP, and 3,000 Rand cash. That's serious stuff for building your channel. Next month, it'll be something completely different, which is next week. Next week, the new Wealth Quest is coming out for our wealth engineers. But if you want this one, you've got a couple more days. Make it happen. So people say to me, Brendan, where does all the money come from to fund this? Well, it's very simple. It all comes out of product payments. In the traditional space, what do we do to get you to take our products, to connect you to us? We advertise to you. Billboards, TV ads, radio station adverts, SMS campaigns, bathroom campaigns, taxi campaigns, everywhere where we can put an advert. We put an advert. You've seen it. Watch TV in the mornings. Like 1,000 adverts, okay? Those adverts cost hundreds of millions of rands. We take the cost of that. We reverse engineer it into your product payments, your banking fees, your funeral cover, your car insurance. It all includes 30 to 50% next month's marketing cost. It's all built in. Now, we do exactly the same thing here at DuePoint, except the only difference is we don't ever advertise. You're never, ever going to see an advert for DuePoint. This is probably why this is the first time you've ever heard of us, because we don't advertise. We use you to connect people to us. And as a result, all that money I would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Cheetah, billboards, all of that is now available to you and your channel. That's very simply how the maths works in the DuePoint system. So folks, we then as DuePoint come along and facilitate the purchase of 3 products into your channel. Okay? These 3 products start with our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan is made up of 2 independent products. It's 299 Rand a month, and for that you get product number 1, your very own tax-free investment account. Now folks, this is not a savings account. You don't get interest on it. This is much more important than that. It is an investment account. Your money in this account now goes into the stock exchange and you become shareholders in the companies of South Africa. That's what we do with it. We take 100 Rand of that 299 and we stick it every month into your investment account, and it goes off and it buys shares. But uniquely to our investment account, there is no waiting period or a restriction or cost in withdrawing your money from this investment account. You can withdraw it immediately. There's no waiting periods. So your money goes in, it gets invested. If you need it out, you can draw it out at any stage. The second product that you get is our personal accident cover, 110,000 Rands worth, which means that if you pass away from an accident, your beneficiaries get the investment value and 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. Our Wealth Guard product costs you 274 Rand, and for the 274 Rand, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no deferred benefit periods, no maximum age limit. You have it till your last breath, no medical examinations or declarations. Now, folks, this is not funeral cover. This is not life cover. We don't cover illness and natural causes here. Why? Because that flies in the face of our number one objective. Our number one objective at DuePoint is, you've already forgotten, it's terrible, to put sustainable income in the hands of South Africans. If I introduce illness and natural causes covered to any of my products, half the people you bring here we won't be able to put in your business. They'll have STDs, AIDS, cancer, hypertension, diabetes, out. Okay? You've got the simple product that ticks the box that says if you die from an accident, your beneficiaries get 1.1 million rands worth of benefit. Our third product, our non-financial, non-insurance product, okay, is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 274 Rand a month to be a member of it. And what it does is it allows you access to our list of suppliers that we've gone as a 65-year-old corporate and gone and negotiated prices and discounts and account managers and packages and vouchers and all sorts of. We've got a whole list of suppliers that you get immediate access to for 274 Rand a month. We got the whole list. You go get your grocery and your expense list out and you'll see. We got groceries in there. Appliances, gift, travel, entertainment, gyms, everything that you're already doing and spending on, we've got the list in there. We've got Eagle Ford in there. We've got Hershey's in there. And we're always adding new suppliers to the list. And you get all of them. You get access to all of them for 274 Rand. Now, some will offer you discounts. Others will give you corporate access to account managers. Others will give you packages. Some will buy one, get one free. All sorts of things are mixed in, and you've got access for that. We love that product. Now, folks, that is DuePoint, top to bottom. You have survived the presentation with me. We have now locked the doors. You have to make a decision. Your friend, whoever brought you here this evening, has forced you into this position. You have to make a decision this evening. Folks, the decision we believe is not really about DuePoint. DuePoint, we think, is something completely unique and innovative in the South African context. No, it's about whether you are willing to commit to something else in the generation of income in your own life. That's the decision you have to make this evening. If you do want to become a wealth engineer with us, it's very simple. You can take your smartphone or your tablet, hook up into our free Wi-Fi, use our iPads outside, go to our website, DuePoint.net. Remember it, that's where we exist. Okay, DuePoint.net. Click the apply button, fill the form out, you're a wealth engineer. No money will have parted from your hands. W number is then sent to your phone, and that's your asset. That W number is your asset. It's what you will build over the course of what's left of your life. It's what will be handed over to your children later on. Now, if you're serious about this business, we've got all the tools for you. This is not a profit center for us. These are just the tools you're going to need. There's our USB stick with our presentation on it. Go and buy it. You can order it at info@dewpoint.net as well if you're not in Gauteng. Get the USB stick. It's got our presentations on it. Get a set of business cards. Rob, the other presenter, says, don't even come and talk to me before you've got the business cards, because if you're serious about running a business, you're going to need the business cards. We'll give you a set. It's not 12,500 Rand. It's a set of 500 cards. You can get them here. We custom make them for you. We've got battery packs for your phones that keep dying while you're trying to fill out application forms. You know them? Everyone's always asking for a charger. Here's the battery pack. It's a good conversation starter, and it charges your phone so that you can get through that application form. And then, folks, we've got piles of other bits and pieces. Go and look in our glass cabinet. The prices are on the counter. Make sure you get the tools before you leave here this evening. And then, folks, as I said, your number one connection to us is the YouTube channel. You need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. You go to DuePoint channel, search it on YouTube, go to YouTube, search DuePoint channel, go and subscribe. The moment you do, from that point forward, you'll always know when we go live. You'll always know when we upload videos. Then we want you to download our app. It's a free app. Use our Wi-Fi, put it on your phone and your tablet. It plugs you directly into your channel in real time. Real time. You can watch what's happening in your channel. Your tools are there. Your training is on that app. Your personal details and documentation is on that app. And tonight, you can already earn enough XP to have rank 1 XP criteria ticked off. All you got to do is when you've loaded the app up, you'll see at the top left-hand corner, there's your name. You click on your name. It loads up your profile screen. You click on the little picture block. It allows you to take a picture. Take a picture of yourself tonight. You'll see it's neck and head. It's not kids and dogs and pets in the garden, your favorite car in the background. No, it's your head and neck. Take a picture, put it in, and you immediately get 1,000 XP allocated to your account. That's what you need to go rank 1. Now you just need to go find some people, and you'll be rank 1 in the first few days, few hours of being with us. So do that before you leave this evening. And then, folks, to make sure we get off on the right step, on the right foot, I like to talk about 5 things I want you to remember. There's a whole code of conduct that's your contract with us. Read it, understand it. But there's 5 things I want you to remember. First of all, don't become a wealth engineer at DuePoint if you can't afford to. There is costs involved in this. Data. Remember we spoke about data. It's going to cost you. We're online. There are no paper brochures. There's no paper application forms or gazebos or any of these things here. This is a fully online business. So you need to have data. It's going to cost you. Transport. You're going to be moving around, connecting people. It's going to cost you. If you can't afford to do it, don't become a wealth engineer. Secondly, don't become a wealth engineer if you don't have access to the internet or you don't know how to use a computer. This business is online only. If you don't know how to use a smartphone, you're finished. You can't do it. If you don't know how to use a website, you're finished. You can't do it. This business is online only. And when you contact people, when you get in touch with people who know how to use the internet, who have access to the internet. They're the people that will build your channels. Folks, if you struggle with transport, don't become a wealth engineer. You have to move around to connect people. If you can't move yourself, this is going to be a very difficult business to do. Now, if you do become a wealth engineer, don't ever fill the application form out on behalf of someone else. It's illegal, it's fraudulent, and what you're doing is you're misrepresenting to us here at DuePoint. In that application form tonight that you're going to fill out, you're going to see, you're going to tick buttons that say, I agree to the terms and conditions of being a wealth engineer. You're going to tick the button that says, I agree to the terms and conditions of my products. You're going to tick another button that says, I give you authority to debit my bank account. You cannot do that on behalf of someone else. If you do, it's criminal. You'll end up in jail. All right. Nobody wants that. And what Rob always says, there's a police station in every city in Joburg, in the country, in South Africa. So we will find you. Don't do that. Everyone must fill their own application form out because it's their contract with us. And if you found somebody who physically can't do that, well, they're the wrong person for your channel. They're never going to build your channel. You want the right people filling the forms up, becoming a part. Make sure they do it themselves. And then, folks, don't put any direct family members into your channel. If they live in the same house as you, they can't be in your channel. If they live outside your house, that's fine. And outside is not on the same property, but outside the house. It's away from you. Away. If they live away from you, they can be in your channel. If they live in the house with you, husbands and wife work on one W number. Okay? You work one channel, you work as a team. It always works better that way. And then, folks, after tonight, we get so many excited people. In fact, my phone's been buzzing all night long with people excited about DuePoint going, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to just Facebook the hell out of DuePoint and everybody's going to join my channel. First of all, it doesn't work. But second of all, it's illegal. You're breaking so many laws you don't even know. Don't leave here tonight and start up a DuePoint page. DuePoint Gauteng, DuePoint Mpumalanga, DuePoint Help Desk, DuePoint Information. Don't do it. Okay, you are not to DuePoint. You can use Facebook. Use your personal Facebook page to engage with people about DuePoint. That's fine. But don't go and create DuePoint pages and don't advertise DuePoint anywhere and don't build DuePoint websites. You are not DuePoint. Don't waste your time and energy on that. Take that time and energy and do it in connecting people to us. That converts to money. And then lastly, folks, the 5 things to remember. The last one is don't send people here and expect us to look after them. We never are going to. We're never going to. That's not our job. People that you are connecting with or people that you are connecting with. They're your responsibility, not ours. Don't broadcast your W number out to the world and hope they sign up. They won't sign up. This is a business of face-to-face connection. Connect with people, connect them to DuePoint, and start creating an income for yourselves. Folks, it's a good week that you've come. Once a month, we do live training out of this auditorium. The rest of your training you'll find on your app and on YouTube. But this weekend, Saturday, we're doing some fantastic training. We call it Back to Basics. It's a fantastic training module we've just done down in KZN and we've done in East London. No matter where you are in the country, 9 o'clock this Saturday, you can tune in live as usual. But if you're in Gauteng, I encourage you to be here. 9 o'clock. Book your seat online, guys, or on our app. It's free, but book your seat because it gets packed out, and then you won't have a seat for what Rob is going to be doing at 9 o'clock. Back to Basics is going to be absolutely fantastic session. Make sure all your new guys are at it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 35 days. Remember I said it at the beginning? We've got 30, it's like 3.5 minutes. We've got 3.5 minutes left of this year. I promise you it's going to be gone in 5 seconds. 2017 has vanished. Do you remember 2016? Like it lasted 10 years. Do you remember 2016? Like it just dragged on and dragged. Everyone was like committing suicide by the end. 2017 is like gone. Like I don't even know what happened to it. We've got 35 days left. If you are a wealth engineer already, 35 days. Like it's panic stations time. And if you are new here this evening and become a wealth engineer tonight, you've got 35 days before everybody goes on Pooza Thursday for 31 days. Okay? You have got to get in here, and you've got to get in it to win it for the next 31 days. If you want to change your future, we pay our returns and rewards in about the middle of each month. Can you imagine 7 days before Christmas this year? Instead of getting another debit order taking money out of your account, you're going to get an SMS from your bank saying DuePoint's put money in your account. What would that feel like this year? Folks, we've got 35 days really to do it. You can try in December. It's just a lot harder. The big money days are these 35 days. Let's go and do it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us afterwards. I'll see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in this evening.